From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Diane Parker. Miller has our Valentine's Day forecast, plus an inside look at the drugs being smuggled through Montana and Wyoming and the connection to the Mexican cartel. But first, our top story. Speculation is running wild this noon. People trying to guess what in the world was flying above the U.S. and Canada this weekend. Last week, we saw a balloon over Billings, but as MTN's Alina Howder tells us, the latest object seen in Montana is completely different.
That third unidentified object that was spotted over Havre on Saturday was shot down just one day later over Lake Huron in Michigan, and we still have no idea what it is. I spoke with two MSUB astronomers who say that this object could be anything but aliens. Just when you thought the world couldn't get any crazier, it has. Welcome to 2023, where mysterious objects in the sky have taken the world by storm.
People's fears, people's conspiracy theories, they're going to spread with a speed that is completely unprecedented 20 years ago.
Stuart Snyder and Stephen Wiles are physics and astronomy professors at MSU Billings. They're used to discussing objects unknown.
As long as it's not carrying a nuclear warhead, I think, let's not get too bent out of shape about it.
But answers, or a lack of them, from the federal government isn't helping.
There is no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity with these recent takedowns.
At a White House briefing Monday, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre addressed the question that so many have been asking. Her statement following this from the commander-in-charge of North American Aerospace Defense Command.
I'll let the intel community and the counterintelligence community figure that out. I haven't ruled out anything.
General Van Herk does say an object spotted near Havre, Montana this weekend and later shot down over Lake Huron was octagonal in shape and not a balloon like the one over Montana 1 week ago.
These are objects. I am not able to categorize how they stay aloft.
Back at MSU Billings, Professor Snyder and Professor Wiles don't have any better answers, but they theorize the objects are nothing new.
I imagine there's quite a lot floating around, and only now that the military has started to really pay attention have we started seeing, well, there's quite a few of these things, and we don't know what they are or where they're coming from.
To think that there are aliens visiting us from another planet, it's ridiculous. I mean, frankly, it's just flat out ridiculous.
But with few answers from the federal government, the conspiracy theories and speculation will likely continue. In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
UFO sightings in Montana may be stirring policy decisions in the state legislature. As we've been reporting, Miles City Republican Ken Bogner is proposing a crackdown on foreign adversaries purchasing land in Montana. His bill now gaining more support. Meanwhile, Havre Representative Paul Tuss says he's been getting calls from constituents wondering what they saw up there.
People don't consider themselves or their families unsafe. But particularly given the news in the last week about all the various balloons and other flying objects that seem to be over the United States, there's just a curiosity about what's happening. So it would be nice for the federal government, once they know what these objects are that are coming from all over the world, it seems like, letting folks know about, are they weather balloons or is there something more serious to them?
Tuss says he believes the federal government handled it the right way. A man was killed early Tuesday when he was hit by a train while crossing the railroad tracks in downtown Billings. Police say the incident happened shortly after 5 a.m. near 29th Street. The man was declared dead at the scene. New details on a weekend murder at the American Wild West nightclub in Billings. 21-year-old Bo Harlan was shot and killed in the parking lot early Sunday morning. Now his friends are asking for the bar to be shut down. They held a protest outside the Southside nightclub demanding accountability from the owners. 18-year-old Xavier Buffalo is behind bars, accused of shooting and killing Harlan. His arrest is raising questions about why an underage person was at the nightclub in the first place.
We want to try to, if we can shut it down, we want them to try to change their policy to 21 and up.
America's Wild West is a problem location for police. In just the past 12 months, officers responded to 194 incidents there. That number includes several shootings, 2 sex offenses, and multiple weapons-related crimes, assaults, and robberies. In Kalispell at the Majestic Valley Arena, a violent and huge fight broke out Saturday, sending 2 people to the hospital and landing a motorcycle club member behind bars. The Flathead County Sheriff's Office received numerous 911 calls reporting a large group, as many as 50 people fighting in the crowd. A boxing event called Flathead Valley Fight Night was being held at that time. The Sheriff's Office says members of the Pagans and Warlords outlaw motorcycle clubs from Washington were at the event, and one of them was caught on surveillance video hitting at least one of the victims with a bat. That person, 36-year-old Brandy Partney of Walla Walla, Washington, was arrested. The victims are 2 men, an adult and a 16-year-old. A security guard at the Gallatin Valley Mall acted quickly Saturday after a man preparing to smoke fentanyl in a bathroom stall passed out. The guard evacuated everyone from the bathroom area. Then Bozeman police arrested 23-year-old Austin Eugene Cooper in the bathroom that was near the food court. The responding officer noted in court documents that heating a deadly drug in a confined space, Cooper actually placed the innocent public at unnecessary risk. Video of interaction between staff and some guests at a Great Falls hotel is going viral on TikTok. The video was posted by one of the guests in question. She and her family were visiting a sick relative at Benefice and wanted a late checkout for their 3 rooms. There was a miscommunication and only one room was granted a late checkout. The video appears to show a heated verbal exchange between a staff member and the guests. The hotel has received threats from across the world. You can watch the verbal exchange on your local MTN website. And that's a look at some of the day's top stories.
We're in the midst of a winter storm rolling through the region. We'll tell you more about that with our main forecast coming up. Let's take a look at the continental U.S. Those projected highs and conditions today. We'll see some clouds mixing in with the sunshine with a high of 40 in Boise, some snow in Seattle, maybe rain this afternoon, though, with a high getting up to about 43. Heartland, Kansas City, rain showers in 58. We'll go 49 with a mix of sun and clouds in Boston, mix of sun and clouds in Atlanta, getting up to about 70 today. Cloudy in Dallas with a high of 71. Weather headlines for the 48s. Northern Plains to the upper Great Lakes. Possible blizzard conditions tonight through Wednesday. The Four Corners, more heavy mountain snow tonight through tomorrow. And Mid-South, strong to severe thunderstorms are possible. There's that cold front dropping through the region. We'll tell you all about that coming up here in just a bit.